Man's grown pretty arrogant and greedy in life. He's created war, famine, killed over money, oil. You know, we all think that things are getting pretty close. There's people on TV that are actually now getting recognized for being preppers. So here's my video. I'm just going to talk about a gun. This is a 1971 Colt SP1 AR-15. It's a fixed stock rifle. I've been doing a few modifications to it. They're all what I would call bolt-on applications. Nothing on this gun is been modified to the point where it cannot be returned to its factory condition, purposely due to the fact that the nostalgic, reason that it's a gun that's very collectible, I guess. So I've done a few modifications or additions: tactical light, prismatic scope, bipod, a couple like Picatinny style rails that I've put on here. So big dramatic intro, but I'm also like fooling around with this video stuff, just trying to figure it out. But hopefully I'll get something out there that maybe get some people that'll like it, and maybe get some people to talk to me about what they've done with their rifles or what's a good idea. Also, everything I've done is on a budget, so this is kind of the beginning. So let's get started. This is my small little intro that I made, so some more information about what's on my gun. But we'll get started. Alright, thank you. So this is the shortened Z Picatinny rail with ITAC Prismatic Scope. This Prismatic Scope is a lightweight solution for fast target acquisition. The rugged and reliable scope provides assured accuracy from a 3-powered fixed magnification reticle, graduated to 600 meters. It features 3 reticle modes: non-illuminated black, illuminated red, and illuminated green. With each illuminated mode offering 5 brightness settings. The anodized aluminum construction ensures optimal performance in most extreme conditions. It has an anti-reflex and multi-layer band pass optical coating, and it comes with it has it built onto it, but it's an M1913 Weaver rail mount. So if you actually take note, you can look at my Z Picatinny right here. It's actually shortened, so if you look at it right about now, there she is. You notice that it's missing about 3 inches or 4 inches. I actually cut that off, and I actually kept it because I had a good idea for it, and I'll show you that here in a second. This is the actual mounting it. I can actually remove this scope repeatedly and put it back on, and it keeps its accuracy. I have it sighted in for about 100 yards. I can hit about a 6-inch spread at 100 yards. It gets a little more accurate as you warm up the barrel, from what I've noticed. But she fits good, so that's it right there. So this is the ITAC Tactical Light and Laser. The Tactical Light and Laser is a compact, lightweight solution for providing pistols and rifles with a high-powered beam, steady or disorienting strobe light, incorporating pinpoint laser adjustable for windage and elevation. This tiny powerhouse packs 130 peak lumens of light in a quick mount design. It has 3 modes of operation: steady light, strobe light, laser with or independent, convenient left and right rear mounted momentary and steady on and off buttons for light modes, independent on and off for laser, self-storing Allen key for windage and elevation adjustment, and it has a quick release rail attachment. It also runs on a CR123 lithium battery. So if you check this light out, it's actually very lightweight. It's built very, very well. It costs about $230 on most places. I was actually able to get a hold of this online for $118, which I thought was a pretty good deal. Strobe light obviously works pretty good. And so there's the buttons. That's the laser button that you just saw, and then the black button to the left of that was the steady beam, and then that glow-in-the-dark button you're looking at right there, that's the strobe. You have to hold that for 2 seconds to get it to work. So obviously it's a easy access. You don't have to pull the light to get the battery out of it. Just basically a 123A lithium battery, I think. It has basically a silicone seal around the back end of it. It does deal well with moisture. I wouldn't take it scuba diving, but it definitely works in the weather. So you basically hold that button down for 2 seconds, and then the strobe light just starts working for you. For some reason, when you have the strobe running, it drains the battery a lot faster. So that's the momentary where it shuts it off, just makes a steady beam. And that red button you saw, that was actually the laser. So that's the iTac. So this is the tactical light laser mounted under the handguard. This is actually where the leftover, that Picatinny rail that I cut, goes underneath there. I basically drilled a couple holes in it, recessed them in there, and then got some machine screws and some like locking nuts that were bigger than the holes in the bottom of the handguard. Just mounts in there. Basically I make sure that the light is back far enough where the sling loop doesn't hit it. And also the reason why I kept this Picatinny reel than just using like a rail that you buy. This actually backs the light off the guard like a 1/2 inch to a little 3/4 inch. So that way the barrel and the bayonet lug doesn't like get in the light. So you don't have a gun barrel shadow while you're shooting at stuff in the dark, which I don't really do, but if I had to, I could. And so that's basically what you do. You just tighten that puppy down and she's ready to go. Everything that I've done to my gun is all bolt-on, by the way. I've never modified the gun itself. I modify the things that attach to it. So this is the bayonet that I have. I make sure, I kind of thought it was interesting that I could take the bayonet and actually, with the light being backed down, like it's lower or spaced away from the guard, the laser and the light still function, and even with the bayonet on, the light's still got a little bit of a shadow, but the laser's still there, so that's pretty threatening. I still think the bayonet's a little unrecognized. Nobody tends to, appreciate it. So that's the bayonet. So this is a Brownells AR-15 ambi receiver end plate with a machine buffer tube ring spacer that I had made. I know that they make kits for the fixed stocks where they come with the spacer ring, but they're like $37 from what I've been finding, and I didn't want to pay that, so I bought this end plate, ambidextrous end plate for $10, and then I had a ring made for $5 just by having a favor. So I just made this ring that basically fills up the space from the buffer tube being backed out with the end plate being in place, which is like almost 1/8 of an inch. So that keeps everything in place. I've shot at least 300 rounds through the gun with this in there, and nothing's jammed or fouled up on it, so everything works good. I did buy a Blackhawk single point sling for it. It came with the clip that's for a swivel point end plate, but that's like really bulky, so I made this little carabiner and just some 1-inch webbing and put a clip on it, and so that works a lot better for this AR. Except their AR's got a 20-inch barrel, so it like drags on the ground because I'm so short. I'm only about 5'6", maybe 5'7" if I'm feeling good. So everything on this gun is actually like basically bolt-on. I've done nothing to the gun itself. Haven't drilled any holes in anything. You can put it completely back to stock just due to the nostalgic reasons of the gun. I am not a professional by any means. This is all stuff that I've just kind of figured out on my own, and I know that there's probably a lot of people that have beat me to the punch, and there's probably books all galore about it, but for some reason I haven't found nothing. So this is what I've done to my gun. So please like the video and leave comments and questions below. I appreciate any kind of quick criticism, any questions, advice. It'd be cool. Share the video if you got anybody that wants to make fun of it, but whatever.